Hi. So, we are in our startup series talking about how to convert an idea into a successful business. We had a series of videos. We started right from the beginning to validate the idea and then go forward from there. So, if anybody who hasn't seen those videos, I suggest subscribe the channel and watch my videos one by one from the beginning, because the steps are necessary. So I doing the videos step by step, one by one, and in the same sequence, which every startup will encounter. So the startup is a journey. We all know that. We heard a lot about that, and I can assure you that we will have different experience. Every startup has a different experience, but the journey remains the same, almost the same. So follow the videos. You will find how to convert just an idea into a successful business. We reached to the point where we already have in the last video says that what is the right timing. So the right timing, once it is established, the next step is to find out where the money will come from. So the investment. The investment as a different layers. So there are different timings of when we do the investments, when we find the investor. It is important to understand the timing. Don't bother about, because different people give you different terminologies, angel investor, seed, series A, blah, blah. Just forget about this. It's just confusing you. It's a technical, it's for the fund managers. Fine, they need to do it. But as a startup entrepreneur, you need to know there are three times. One, before launch, then at the launch, for a launch, and the third thing, after launch when you go for commercial expansion. These are the three timings. Let's talk one by one. Pre-launch is the time then when you are developing the product. So you can also divide these subcategories in the pre-launch. One is just at the idea stage, before even you go for the product development. You can do that. So usually my suggestion is, if the product is not very expensive, then do it by yourself. At least do it. At least make the product ready, assemble, that you can show to the investors. Always remember, when the investor put the money in, they ask for equity in your company. Unless you want to go for a bank, and bank can give you a loan, but bank usually asks securities. If you have security, you can do that. If you don't have security, then you need to go for individuals. At this stage, going to VC is not recommended, but you can do that. If the money is larger and you think that individuals cannot put the money in, then you can go to the investor. You can talk about the crowdfunding. But before even decide about where you go, first think why you need money. If you need money to make the product, then you will be selling yourself quite cheap, because whoever will come in, they will be basing entire investment. Because look, when an investor comes in, his intention is to make money out of his investment. So he will ask you what you're gonna offer him in return. You will show him your projections, and based on the projection, you will have calculated some valuation, or your evaluator has done this. He will not believe on it. So he will say, what if for example, your entire projection doesn't happen, it will hit only 50%. You will not have an answer on that. You can talk, but the investors, even if he is genuinely concerned, sometimes they are not genuinely concerned, but they just want to take larger share of your business. That's why they just keep on making issues out of your projections. So they would not believe it. At the end, they will discount means they will reduce your projection size to reduce the valuation. And on top of that, because they are coming and taking risk on you, they will ask for a premium. So if as per the original valuation, you're supposed to give him 5% of the entire, of whatever the investment you are looking for, at the end you end up giving him 10 to 15%. That is a problem. And this is because of this problem, what we do usually, we don't, we try to put as much money as we can, try to develop a product at least. If you can do it by yourself, that's pretty much put you in order. Once you go, when the product is ready, then people can see that product is there, it's ready, it's working. And that gives them a lot more confidence on you. And at that time, you can claim your investments, your desired investment at the equity that you want to give, or at least a less bargain, not that much. So you need to decide. It's all depending upon how much you need money at the beginning. So if you need money to develop the product because the product is a very expensive item, or the product that you are developing is very expensive, then you can go for investment. Always try to put half of your money and take half investment. Even if you don't need the money, you are a wealthy person. I always suggest, put half your money, take half from the investor. This will divide the risk. Every startup, not even startup, every business has a risk of anything that you cannot foresee. So share the risk with somebody. Of course, the reward also will go to somebody, but it's always better to have 100% risk yourself, taking 100% risk by yourself, and in a hope that you will get the 100% benefit also, or reward also, the profit also. Don't be greedy. Share it. Sharing is better than non-sharing. So what we do in the product launch stage, before the product launch, so you need to decide whether you need money to develop the product. The product is a high value product. It requires a lot of investment. Then you can go for the investor. These investors can be individual. Try to go for family friends who can trust you, because if they trust you, they know you, they will probably not charge you for a big premium on your equity. But if you go for the individual investors or even venture capital, be ready for their demands. The second better timing is to, once you have the product ready, then you go. This will give you a better chance to negotiate in your favor. That is necessary. So once you do that, you make the product ready. Because if you do it before the product, then mostly the amount will be consumed in product development. If you take the investment once you have the product ready or almost ready, then that will be your money that put in. Now you're taking money for the launch, to set up before the launch. So set up the company, pay to the legal for agreements and all these, logo, registration, trademark. On top of that, you need some initial people that you require. You have to have some people so that they can go out in the market and help you in doing the launch. This money, you need to raise it before you launch. What happened after the launch or at the launch, we will talk in the next video. Till then, this is Abdul Aziz, Senior Partner, Business Consultancy, Gatling Group. Thank you very much.